So we just got back from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and what we found up there, or what I found up there, were Juneberries or service berries, and I managed to pick 8 pounds ripe Juneberries, and so today we're going to make some Juneberry wine. So what I have for ingredients here is I have 6 pounds of sugar dissolved in some water over here. I had to heat it up a little bit. Have the 8 pounds of berries, 2 gallons of purified drinking water. Our tap water has chlorine and stuff in it, so I don't want to use that. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of pectin enzyme and 1 teaspoon yeast energizer, 1 Camden tablet. I'm going to use a half packet of Levatin EC1118 yeast and 2 lemons. So I'm putting the fruit into these bags just for ease of keeping the pulp out of my, cleaning the pulp out and clarifying the wine later. So I have, hopefully this all fit in here. I might have to just, so these are frozen. We had to freeze them for the trip back. It's about 19-hour drive for us from Colorado to the Upper Peninsula, and I picked them over a course of a week, so I wanted to freeze them as I went so that they would stay good. So they are frozen. I am going to wish I had another bag or two. If I have to, I'll pour some in without the bag and just have to, oops. Now these have some of the stems. I did some research, and the stems have some of the tannins in it that are missing in berry wines most of the time. So I left some of the stems, just whatever I could get easily. I didn't really work too hard at separating any of it out. So there should be some tannin, and then these berries all came right off of trees. So there's one bag. We're going to tie this off, and hopefully it'll help keep the wine cleaner. I am going to have a lot of extra berries, so I'm probably going to just, I have some cotton cloth over there I might be able to make another bag with. So I only got 2 of these bags today at the brew store. So we'll see what we can get into them, and then I'll bag up the rest in a piece of muslin. I want to get all of that juice. Because they were frozen, some of the berries already had some of the juice released, kind of in the thawing process, and I want all of that juice, as much of it as I can get. Pour that through the bag just to filter it a little bit. Okay, that's one bag. And I've already sanitized the countertops, the outside of the water jugs, everything like that, but I'm still going to add a Camden tablet to the berry mixture when I get it all mixed up. Ooh, this is going to be difficult. Now, from what I read, I'm going to leave that in the video just because, what a mess. So from what I've read about this wine, or berry wines, the sugar needed is about 2 to 3 pounds per gallon. So I put in 3 of added water. So I've mixed up 6 pounds of sugar, and after I take a hydrometer reading, I may add more water to, but we're starting out with 2 gallons of water and 6 pounds of sugar, and we'll adjust from there if I feel like it needs to have more sugar or more water. I am probably shooting for about 14%, 14 to probably 15% alcohol by volume. So I need to sterilize a piece of muslin, and if you want to pause it, we'll come back. And I'm stepping on berries all over everything, please. I made a mess. Alright, so I'm back. Here's a piece of muslin that I just sterilized. I'm going to pour the rest of the berries out onto it. Okay. And then I'm just going to take this and collect it up. Hopefully tie it off tight. Keep some of the mess out of my wine. We're going to give this a shot. This may not work. I may have more fruit pulp in my wine than what I want when I'm done, but I can always rack it out of there. That didn't work. Let's see if I have any string. I don't know if this is going to be big enough. I might just pulp it in there. Now, I've used this muslin in the past for filtering wine. I think I might have I have butcher's twine. So we'll take a piece of this butcher's twine and tie this off. Just a bucket full of star sand and water there. That's all that is. Something to sterilize everything. And then get this bunched up good here. Knot here. I can just cut the twine when I'm done, or the string, so I'm not worried about the knot coming out. Okay, this may not hold up to the crushing process when I go to do that, but that'll hold for now. So I have 3 bags of Juneberries. Now I'm going to add the syrup mixture. So I couldn't get all 2 gallons of water in here, so this is pretty heavy syrup. But I'm going to pour this in. And we'll mix in the rest of the water. Stir it up real good. That. Get the rest of the sugar out of there. So they're already starting to get some of the juice flowing out of them, turning into kind of purplish color here. There's one more gallon of water. The rest of that first gallon. Here's the second gallon. Okay, so now we'll just kind of mush this around, get the berries. The berries have already exploded because they were frozen, so they don't have any, the cells have already broken down and let some of the juice out. So now I'm just gonna mash them up a little bit more to get the juicing process going. And just take the bag and squeeze in it to get the juices out. Whoop. Well, I'll make a mess yet. Okay, and then just keep squeezing the berries. Nice purple color here. Come look. Yeah, this is gonna make a nice red wine. And I've already sanitized my hands. I've been in and out of the star sand while I've prepped everything. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a beautiful color. I wish I had gotten one more bag at the brew store. But this should work okay. It's not leaking that I can tell. Get that mixed in so I can get a hydrometer reading. Okay, so that'll start the juicing process. I think that's probably good for right now. I'm going to rinse my hands in star sand. And then pull this out. Ooh! I'm going to have to use a wine thief and get more of it out into something a little easier to measure in. Got the wine thief, and we'll just measure right in there. So let's get this balanced out. So it looks like our specific gravity is 1.11. Our Brex is 26, and we are sitting right between 14 and 15% alcohol by volume. So that should be just about right. Okay. So now points here. Stir this in good. So I want the juice from 2 lemons. So cut one. Most of the recipes called for some sort of acid additive. I prefer to use lemons instead of a dried acid. But I figured one lemon per gallon of water added should be good. Alright, just the juice. Some people use the lemon zest. I've done that in the past with my dandelion wine. I used lemon zest. I don't know that it helped any. The dandelion wine is a different flavor altogether. I could taste the citrus in it as I was racking it, and then eventually the citrus flavor mellowed out and was no longer there. I got the seeds in here now. Pull them out, I don't need them. Okay, that's the juice from 2 lemons. Crush these up a little bit more. Kind of mix that in. Okay, so now we just need to add a Camden tablet and our yeast nutrient. Okay, so this is the pectin enzyme we wanted to add, and we're looking for 1 teaspoon of it. And to get these measurements, I just went off of what the jar of enzyme says per gallon. So there's 1 teaspoon of pectin enzyme. Let's get 1 teaspoon of yeast nutrient here. Okay. And then we will sterilize it all with 1 Camden tablet. So let's get one of those in here and stir it up. We'll let this sit overnight while I go to work tomorrow, and then when I get home from work, I will go ahead and pitch the yeast. Must be childproof. There we go. I'll just use my big spoon and this little one to crush this. Okay, then we'll stir all this in together. Stir it up. I learned my lesson about using the yeast energizer on the dandelion wine. Up until then, I'd made wines that had enough stuff for the yeast to eat, and the dandelion wine was nutrient deficient, and I went about 2 weeks and hit a stall. I ended up having to repitch the yeast along with the nutrient to get it to finish fermenting, and that took a little while. I was not thrilled with the outcome as much as I have been in the past with different wines that I've made. Stir it up real good here. Okay. So now that's stirred up. Go ahead and put this lid on. I'm gonna have to set it down on the floor. There we go. Make sure that's sealed. There we go. Man, that's rough. That lid does not want to go on there very well. Okay. Now inside my sterilization bucket here, I have an airlock. Alright. So get a little bit of Star San water in there. Not expecting anything to take place overnight other than the sterilization of the fruit. And after that, like I said, we'll pitch the yeast tomorrow, and at that point I'll probably post a video. Thanks for watching for now. See you tomorrow.